Hey, how you doing? Welcome to Real Man Real Talk Nashville. I'm your host Wayne, my co-host Corey, Uncle Dwight, Icon, Daniel, and our special guest T that's come to show up and show out with us today, giving her woman's perspective. Daniel, what's our hot topic for today?
All right, today's topic stems from the LGBTQIA community. Just thinking about it, I was up late night and a commercial or something had come on, and it got me thinking with all the racial stuff that's going on. I wonder if they deal with like white and black issues as far as the people in the straight community, like the issues that we're having now. Are they dealing with the same, or is it even better? Could they possibly cure racism within their community, being that they're so strong? And two, why are they so sensitive when they have a strong community about other stuff that's happening out there?
I can relate to that. I kind of feel like when you say how are they so sensitive, they're so strong in reference to like their opinion and being themselves, but when it comes to topics or when it comes to titles or anything like that, if you don't identify correctly, that's a problem. You get what I mean? Like, I never felt that a person with so much individualism could be so sensitive to how people feel or what people say.
Yeah. But isn't it like playing both sides of the fence or swinging on the fence? You know, either way you want to be winning. Either way that you fall over. You see what I'm saying?
Right. I want to be winning. I want to be winning.
I mean, of course, everybody want to be in the win column no matter what. But I mean, that's like playing both sides. Right?
I think it's more or less everybody's fighting for a identity of acceptance, and just like blacks, you know, we trying to give people, you know, show that we're human, we are people just as well as whites and Latinos and everybody else. I think everybody's fighting for a little piece of the pie, and for that piece of the pie, you got to delete one, you know, kind of emerge into one into another. You know, it's like everybody's fighting to get to that top, to get where that light is. But at the end of the day, you end up fading out somebody. And then you like, if they were to get into limelight, just like kind of like our society is changing, it is evolving, and it's integrating everyone. TV shows, social media, cartoons. It's like everybody is getting on board as far as giving by everybody that little piece of light. But then at the same time, everybody's fighting for their own identity also.
But I think it gets overwhelming because I feel like they force that side of the community on everybody.
Yeah.
Like when I was growing up, that part of the community was totally separate from normalism. Mm-hmm. So if you were that type of person that engaged in that, you had some type of secrecy or some type of options where you didn't quite put it out there, you kind of kept it a little tucked in. So when we came up with this whole community as far as, you know, the LGBTQIA, right? It kind of gave them the opportunity or platform to say, hey, we're out here and we're accepted, right? Mm-hmm. But if that's how you're going to be, you have to look at it like, even when you look at the Kardashians, people may not look at it as saying, okay, she came from a sex tape to being successful, right? Mm-hmm. But at the same time, no matter what she did, she had to accept it. Right. Her skin had to be tough because that's how she put herself out there. So if you're going to be a part of that community, then why would you be so sensitive to what people say and how they feel? Mm-hmm. I feel like when it comes to the workplace or, you know, just being around people in that community, it's kind of like you got to be on pins and needles with what you say, because if you say the wrong thing, that may cost you your job, or you may be in the office based on what you said.
Right. That cancel culture is something else.
Right.
Because, so, you know, you ain't even got to agree or disagree, but the opportunity to do someone else in, everybody piggybacks on it.
Yep.
So the cancel culture is real. But a lot of this, in my opinion, has to trace back to the fall of traditional church.
Yeah. So, traditionally, we're not the same as we used to be.
I mean, my thing is, I can accept you doing you. I can respect that. but still in that I expect that person to respect me for who I am.
Right, or I can respect what you do, but I need you to respect what you're doing. You
Right.
get what I'm saying? Like, if you're going to be willing to go out here and as a man dressed as a woman, don't be upset when somebody make a comment. If somebody make a comment, whatever they commented on, fix it. If your ass is out here looking like a clown, don't be sensitive to the fact that they say you look like a clown. Go get you a new makeup artist.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if you tell them they look like a clown, you're wrong
And
because that
'cause
community says that you're picking on them. Or
Right.
you know, I'm a woman. I got a lot of, when it comes to being like headstrong or just having that confidence, I have to own it as a black woman. So regardless if somebody comes and knocks me down, I still have to own that. So even if I was part of the black community or the LGBT community, you still got to own what you stand for. And I don't feel that they own it a lot of times. I feel like they choose that community because that gives them something to belong to.
And along with that, I actually feel like they can help better, or kind of set the path in the way to stop racism, because how strong their community is. They pretty much don't care if you're black, white, brown, Mexican, just anything. They all mesh well together, and their community is so strong they can make changes.
They can make changes based on numbers, but I don't think they can make changes based on
Race.
being strong and being able to stand out there and be that leader for the
because
community.
they straight come to their conviction in one phase.
Yeah,
Not
numbers,
necessarily
they overwhelm
politically.
everybody.
It's no different than being in a per se a gang.
But we can only
the
get so far.
influence.
Yeah,
But
let
we
me
as
explain
black
something to you.
people only get so
Racism is
far.
not going to be changed by anybody. It's always going to be racism. No matter if it's the black community, the white community, or the LGBT community, it's always going to be there.
I guess what I'm saying is, I guess with their help with the black community trying to stop the racism, just stop it, period, they could have a helping hand in keeping this boulder rolling, along with them finally.
Their strength is that they
They
come
come
together.
massively.
They come massively.
That's right.
I mean, just like if you think right now, if every black American was to come mesh together on one subject, it cannot be avoided. It can't be brushed off. It can't. Just like a perfect example, when Farrakhan did the Million Man March on Washington, they saw unity.
Mhm.
That was the threat.
But that's the
Because-
same thing we're doing in society now, because Black Lives Matter is the same community. It's a community. It's just different from LGBT.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, we brought millions out with the Black Lives Matter movement.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you went to every major city